Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. So why are we having such a special stream? I'm gonna get to that in a minute. W special stream. Ruin my session is insane. Are we just gonna let bro get away with saying that? That's so crazy. How you doing, Dark? I'm doing good. How are you, Noah? Federico, what's up, man? How are you? How is the Filipino life? What, bro? I swear, Silver, you always come in here and you write this fanfic about what I'm doing or like who I am in my personal life. It's crazy. That is weird how you knew I was Filipino, though. What's up, Liam? What's going on, man? You can't do anything about it. What is that in reference to? Your session? Dark, what's your thoughts on Genya versus Choso? I don't remember how strong Choso is. Isn't Piercing Blood like Mach 1 or something? Like, and that's like his strongest ability. Or like, I guess he gets stronger in the in like the fight versus Sukuna, I guess. Piercing Blood is faster than sound. How fast is it exactly? Does it say in the manga? I feel Dark if he was an anime would be an Exorcist anime where he's in high school and he is short. It is so specific. That's what I'm talking about with Silver, man. Bro just has these random fanfics about me. Nothing, but I've been doing a script on Shinobu's feats and anti-feats. W. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna step away from Demon Slayer this next month, but depending on how this next Hunter x Hunter video goes, I might lean into that a bit more. It just says exceeds the speed of sound. Ah, gotcha. All the girls screaming your name is highly unrealistic, don't you think? What do you mean unrealistic? It's realistic. It's a panel. It happened. This is literally manga Nah, chat, that's crazy. Switch is saying this isn't manga canon. This is literally from the manga. Now, I can't say if this happens in the anime, but this is a manga scan. I calculated a Mach 7.6 off it being able to cleave through steel. Damn, I didn't know you're a calc guy. How's it going, everyone? What's up, Lockdown? How are you, buddy? Hope you're doing good. I found a reason for why the girls split into pieces through science, but it doesn't explain the slashes. What's the context? Oh, Shinobu. Yeah, I mean, I think the just likely interpretation is Doma just blitzed her. I'm a smart man, you know. What manga? Bro, the manga. Didn't know you stream, Dark. I usually, I'll say this, I used to stream a bit more. I just don't really be having shit to say, to be honest. But bro, I was reading Chainsaw Man And I was looking at Makima's fight. This is why Makima's on screen, by the way. I was reading her fight, and I think she has an ability that can just outright get past Gojo's Infinity. Because I remember this was like a big topic. When those guys, who are the people that do like the big versus battles or whatever? They did like Gojo versus Makima, and they said the bang like spawns on you, which is like a theory, which isn't true. The bang doesn't spawn on you, so like Makima can't bypass Gojo's Infinity that way. Death battle, that's what it is. But I was looking, and I think she has an ability that could let her potentially do it. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. It's in the Gun Devil fight. Now, a lot of this, if Makima did fight Gojo, a lot of it's dependent on speed. I don't know how fast Makima is. So actually, let me do this. Move OBS over here. So yeah, but he was a distant Steven Slasher. That's what I noticed as well. Well, not everything has to be on panel at the exact moments, right? Like whenever he did that slash, even though we don't see anything on panel, like there's just a lot of scenes in Demon Slayer where things aren't drawn always on panel. It just doesn't really make sense that a Blood Demon art that's onto been stated to affect the lungs suddenly does something else and isn't alluded to. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me either. Low-key multi-continental small planet is real. No. I was talking about her speed. But damn, wait, Makima is multi-continental. That's crazy. So I was looking at this fight, right, with the Gun Devil, and bro, she has this ability where it's this Halo ability, right? And she can spawn whatever attacks based on whoever she's connected to, like far away. So from, I think it says the distance here. Is it down here or was it up here? Okay, yeah. A distance of 500 kilometers. Okay. So Makima can just activate this like across like 17 galaxies. Like it's so far the range. And she uses the abilities of whoever she's connected to. And she can just spawn a portal attacking people. Now this is where her speed comes into play. Because obviously, in character, she would just spawn it above Gojo like this. I don't really know about her AP or her speed. But she is connected to the Future Devil. Okay? Because she's connected to Aki, she has the contract with the Future Devil, which isn't normal precog. It's like actual, it's not like analytical precog, I should say. It actually just lets you see like multiple seconds into the future. So if she sees into the future that she's going to use this ability on Gojo and it's not going to touch him because of his infinity, she could then just spawn this ability on Gojo. Which I thought is like really interesting. What do you guys think about that? Because I don't see why that wouldn't work. As long as Gojo's not like speed blitzing her and doesn't instantly like activate domain, which he doesn't really do in character anyways. Like, does he ever activate domain off rip? I don't think he does, but if they're just like fighting and she's somewhat able to keep up, and she sees into the future with that ability and just spawns this shit on Gojo, maybe it could be a win con, you know? I don't really know about her AP. Dark, how do you scale Rui? He's lower moon 1 or 2 level. If you're talking about like crossverse, I really don't know, to be honest. Oh my god. I was taking a sip of Gatorade and it went down the wrong pipe. Oh my god. Wow, that sounded crazy out of context. Can't he just teleport out the way? I'm confused. That's what I'm saying, is like she can see into the future and account for that. Makima herself is in those large island country ranges because she upscales Typhoon Devil. Should upscale all typhoons which have an upper yield of island and country. Isn't she closer in the manga? I don't know how much closer she actually gets. Let's see. So there's like a timer here as well. 3:18:23. She spots the the gun devil. Sorry. Oh my god. I don't know if the gun devil actually gets closer, to be honest. The girl to Doma? Oh yeah, the girl's like right under Doma, if I recall correctly. 3 things Dark hates: Murata, politics, pineapple, and pizza. I'm not gonna cap, Silver. You actually got 2 of those right. Is Makima stronger than Gojo? Probably not. I was seeing some people said Gojo has a feat. I'm not too well versed in JJK, like character scaling, but I saw people talking about Gojo has some sort of earthquake feat or something. I don't know how reliable that is. Maybe someone in chat does. I think it was actually Ado that said it or something in one of his community posts. Or maybe someone in his comments of his community post. Bro, actually, that reminds me. I was thinking, because I commented on a community post like earlier today, and my comment got fucking moved. And I just want to say, that is so annoying. It is like probably the top 5 most annoying things ever. Like when your comment on YouTube, and this has been happening for like a few months now on YouTube, you can comment somewhere and your comment will just be teleported away to a different like comment section that you've recently been on, or like a different video. And I've been noticing I'll get comments on like my community posts or on like videos, I think even sometimes, where it's like people are talking about completely different things that have nothing to do with what I'm talking. Like I'm pretty sure someone was talking about like politics. That's funny that Silver just randomly mentioned that, but someone like said a political statement under one of my community posts about like fucking Shinobu or something. I was like, bro, what are you on about? But I figured that it was probably just the comment thing, and I was like, that is probably one of the most annoying things of all time. Like top 5. I don't, what's some other like extremely annoying things? Probably like a pimple inside your nose. That's got to be up there, bruh. That, like, a pimple inside your nose is one of the worst things like ever conceived. That shit is like a sin. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go grab a water. My throat is like fucked from drinking that Gatorade. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Jesus. That was terrible. Oh my god. Bro, what was that one about? Oh, annoying things, bro. Like, probably a pimple in your nose has got to be up there. YouTube moving your comments. What else? Bro, you know what else is annoying? On Snapchat, when you're snap texting someone, and this is really, really bad. If you're snapping like a girl and someone starts typing and you're clicking like the top of your screen the exact second someone like chats towards you, so you instantly are just reading them and you like appear on the Snapchat screen with them at the same time. That's gotta be in the top 5. That's like the worst thing to ever happen to like humankind, honestly. Snapping a girl, bro, it's true. Like if it's one of your homies, it's like whatever, you can just slide off. But like if you're snapping a girl, bro, that's just like an L. Unless it's like a girl that you like are tight with like that, where you can just be on screen and it's chill. Get on the Genya agenda. Dark on his oil break is crazy. 5 countries Dark needs to go to. Australia. Bro named a continent country first. Japan. Philippines. Is that supposed to be Turkey? Or is that just a different country? South Korea? Is South Korea like the nuke one? With the crazy man? Hey Dark, how's it going? What's up, Cynical Shibby? Question from an older post. You said how $1,000 would be needed to make a Hashra ranking video. Is that still the deal? Yes. I for a $1,000 donation, I would start working on a Hashra ranking video immediately. Yo, what's up, Jason? My goat? The shorts goat here? Voice acting legend? Angel? Himself? Ranking the Hashras is mad fun. It's also stressful. See, for me, there's no benefit for me making a Hashra ranking video, and I'll explain why. Would it get a lot of views? Yeah. But like, all it is just gonna make people not agree. Like, what's the odds my exact Hashra list and all my reasonings, anyone is gonna agree with it? There's like a 90% chance that everybody just disagrees with it no matter what I say. So it's just like kind of asking to get dunked on. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, that like Venom meme of like him dunking on Spider-Man? I'll say this. Ranking the Hashra as a regular video, it's not off the board for me. Like, if I had another video pop off, like last year, like, you guys know when I, like, blew up kind of in the middle of last year with the Gyataro video, and it got, like, to 100K, then 200K, and it's, like, up to, like, 500K, I think, right now. If I have another video like that, I would do a Hashra ranking as, like, a follow-up. I probably would, unironically. I mean, hey, if y'all want it that bad, you know, maybe you could collaborate with people and start like a GoFundMe if y'all really, really want that video. And if I did do a Hashra ranking video, it'd be super in-depth. It would probably be like a really, really long script. I'd probably try to bring out every scaling chain. Ranking the Hashra is useless just for them all to be Doma victims. Bro, I've been on this wave recently where I think Doma is just kind of in the same ballpark as base Koku. $12-hour video? Alright. You're dragging it. I know the feeling. My most viewed video is my Hashra ranking from years ago, and people still disagree and talk about it, even though I don't agree with the original ranking I had. Yeah, and it's like, okay, I don't have a problem with people like disagreeing with me, but if I put out a ranking, especially, you know, something like that, that's going to get widespread views, probably 90% of the comments are just going to be people dunking on me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't take months. Like, I would do only probably like a 35-minute video and just like get all the concise points. I would assume that the viewer has a basic understanding of like the mark increases speed, increases power, yada yada. I would just explain like the extremely important points. Yo, Lilos W, have a good stream, bro. Bro, I just rewatched your whole you had one of your live streams up, the Gojo versus the Heian era. After we're talking about that topic, and I agree, bro. Like Gojo at the end of that fight, if you just teleport him backwards, probably just bodies Heian era Sukuna. Thank you for the dono, man. I appreciate it. We got to get some Hunter x Hunter stuff cooking soon, bro. For sure. W. Lilos, y'all go check out his channel if y'all are interested in Hunter x Hunter stuff. He's actually the one that pretty much threw me on Hunter x Hunter. If it wasn't for him, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't have made that Hunter x Hunter video or even read it. And I'm really happy that I did because I really, really enjoy Hunter x Hunter. I would say it's probably my top 3 manga of all time. So Hawkinson Sunlight diffs every Hashira in a 1v1 without Tanjiro as he needs to, or Inosuke the Deadass get ability diff. I think he just gets blitzed by a lot of the Hashira. And then he just can't command his ring. And I think he gets Sunlight diffed. Or is that what you were saying? Because I think most of the Hashira could just survive and destroy the main Zohakutzen body. That way, now the snake like dragon things might have some autonomy, but at the very least, they're not going to be using blood demon arts and like their higher end abilities. You know, if Zohakutten's body is destroyed, and I think most of the higher end Hashira would just cook. Maki? People being an ass is a problem with ranking the Hashira for me personally. Dark. Yo, Lilos again. Another dono because your Gojo take was a huge W. Like you made a point I never thought before. Wait, what was it? What was the point exactly that I was talking about? Double dono. Thanks, bro. About how the fingers get stronger and you can't get a stronger indestructible item. Is that what you're talking about? Absolute dub though. That's my goat, bruh. LeBron actually in chat. Oh yeah. How else could a curse get stronger other than increasing curse energy? Like if those fingers get stronger over time, what would be powering them up besides curse energy? So therefore it's just going to require more cursed energy, you know, to like unseal them or whatever, which not even Gojo, you know, is looking at him, has 6 eyes. He's like, yeah, we can't destroy these things. Moon level Gojo and Sukuna is crazy. I just think Zohakutzen would get weaker and weaker every time he gets injured. Yeah, like, so my thing with Zohakutzen is the main body isn't even relevant, really. Because if the main body's not going to be able to obviously, like, hurt or even incapacitate any of the Hashira substantially in any way. So it's really just like if Zohakutzen gets destroyed, like the main body, obviously the blood demon arts are going to survive in the sun. You know, they're made from demon blood. That's just going to burn up in the sun. Zohakutzen gets destroyed. That's like a portion, it seems like, of Hantengu's power. And then I guess they would tie because Hantengu maybe could get away. But Hantengu or Zohakutzen don't have a way of putting down the higher end Hashira either. You know, like Markiyu, Obanai, Sanemi, Gyome, all of them, right? I had to delete a few insulting or slurs or even racist comments on my videos. Here's the thing too, bro, is like, if you're starting off as a content creator, 90% of your like comments are going to be all hate. That's what happened to me when I first started, because it's like no one's gonna know who you are, so you're not gonna really have people that like mess with you like that to be like, oh, I like your content or just enjoy your videos or whatever, or saying dub. It's just gonna be people that are like, this is wrong. Gojo and Sukuna are a country with Gojo shaking all Japan feet. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The feet earlier that someone was mentioning. Physically not strong enough to decapitate demons is not a factor against humans. Sukuna isn't even a curse, though. It's like referencing to the negative emotions and fear around the fingers. I don't think that's increasing Sukuna's PL. Well, like, isn't curse energy born from negative emotions? So, like, it doesn't even matter, though. It's stated that the fingers are getting stronger over time. Yo, chat, Yuta clears Giyu. Seb probably has Demon Slayer packing up. He probably has Demon Slayer packing up most of JJK. He just wants to hate on Giyu. I'm telling you though, bro. Like, yeah, once you showed me that scan, I definitely think he gets stronger over time. Murata's galaxy breathing solos JJK. I don't know of anyone in JJK outside of Gojo and Sukuna are even beating Akaza. Your Yuta versus Tanjiro vid was great. By the way, I agree with it. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. A lot of people didn't agree with it. I think a lot of the contention was with how Selfless State works, or like Yuta's durability. But you know, according to the calc that Yuta literally scales to, you know, Tanjiro should be able to damage him pretty easily. But like, I don't have a problem with people saying JJK wins or Demon Slayer wins. Like, my whole thing of why I don't do a lot of crossverse battles is it's all just kind of, unless you have direct statements of exact speed and exact AP measurements, it's all based on like pixel scaling and shit, which, you know, I don't really think is, I'm not going to say it's not correct. It's just, I don't know if that's the intent of the authors, to be it like pixel calced and shit, you know? The amount of arguing and scaling going on between JJK and KNY fans right now is crazy with the new Deburra speed feats. I think it all really started from that Broken Ronin video where he did like the disaster curses versus, I forgot who it was. Maybe it was Tanjiro or something, but yeah, a lot of people just don't realize how fast Demon Slayer is. Like, I think Yoriichi probably has a good argument to be at least sub-Reli, with maybe even Reli, if you just say he's like so many Perception Blitz tiers above characters that are already like massively hypersonic plus like base Mitsuri, you know? Debate on whether or not Giyu is a bum. Giyu's not a bum. He's not a bum. I was saying Deburra in the latest chapters says moving at sublight speed is hot. That means the friction is real and that leads to high temperature, and off that we get moon. I can get the calc. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were actually serious about that moon level like calc. Link it in chat if you can. If not, link it on like one of my community posts. I'd be interested to look at it. I think the whole fingers got stronger is more to represent them being unbreakable instead of them actually being stronger, because the whole curse energy argument makes sense. More curse energy to output. Well, I mean, they're stated to be unbreakable already. So what's even the point of Gojo bringing up the idea that they're more unbreakable? That doesn't really make sense to me. But like I understand what people are coming from with that. I don't think it's like concrete one way or the other. A tough Demon Slayer debate is Rengoku versus Gyutaro Dark. Like, that is hard. That is hard. Yep. Using Databook statements, Zenitsu was Lightspeed early on, right? Well, I don't know about Fanbook 1 or the Japanese fanbook, but the like English fanbook, Core Records, all of it is kind of flowery, metaphoric language. If there is any light speed stuff, it's like statements that are like, oh, it's like light, or it's similar to light. You know what I mean? It's not exactly. I think you'd have to be a little bit disingenuous to say that it's directly saying light or lightning. Now, I can't speak for Fanbook 1. Literally, Lightning McQueen is faster than Zenitsu? Bro, a lot of cartoon characters are just crazy, though. The average dude thinks Demon Slayer is still people with swords and big fake effects, while JJK's ooh, big strong curse energy. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, that's how I used to think before I was like I hate to say this, or call myself this, a power scaler. But like, I used to just interpret like, oh, big attacks in movies or fiction is like, oh, that character's stronger. Like, you don't really realize how important speed is until you really like get into the grindy, sweaty scaling. How's the allergy shots going, Dark? It's going good. It's about to cost me a bag though, bro. It's like every dose of it, or like batch of the shots I have to get is like $450. And that's like with my insurance, bro. It's insane how much it costs. But it's worth it, like, because I'm just going to be hopefully completely healed of, not healed is probably like a bad word for, or like more immune to everything outside and my dog. I saw a video on Paw Patrol versus Sukuna, and Paw Patrol actually slimed out Sukuna. That's crazy. The entirety of crossverse scaling is just biased, yeah. And that's why, like, people were asking me in the comments of that Yuta versus Tanjiro video, like, hey, like, are you gonna do more crossverse stuff? And like, I'm not saying I won't, because like I did the Itachi one. But unless it's like a very clear stump in one way or the other, like the Itachi video, for example, I probably won't really touch it or mess with it too much. I'm not saying there's an impossibility for me to do more. It's just, I don't really think a lot of crossverse stuff is meant to be interpreted, you know, the ways that people do. I think it is fine though, you know, that people do that. It's just not what I really agree with all the time. I take Fanbook 1 into consideration since it... Oh, no, I agree. I take Fanbook 1 into consideration. I don't know the translations of it. I haven't translated everything in it yet. I usually only translate, like, character statements or abilities when I need it for a video from that fanbook, because it's like, it's a whole bunch of Japanese pages. So I would have to go individually take pictures of it and go translate it and get all the nuance of it for statements that could be referencing absolutely nothing. Like, for example, it shows a picture of Zenitsu. I have no idea if the paragraph under it, like whenever I take a picture of my Japanese fanbook, because I have a physical copy, there's no like PDF documents or Kindle versions of it. You have to have a physical copy. So I bought that copy and ordered it from Japan. I have no idea what the statements could be referring to. Like, I could get a paragraph translated. It's like, oh, Zenitsu is a Thunder Breather user. And I'm just like, well, fuck, I just wasted my time. Would you rather eat Wingstop or Filipino food? I don't think I've had, bro, I don't think I've had either in like 5 years. I have not had Wingstop in so long. I don't even know if I've ever eaten Filipino food. Actually, I think that's cap. I think at my cousin's wedding, there was Filipino food. Glad to hear you're doing better, Dark. We can have the second strongest in the verse being a bacteria victim. Dark, there's one online? Wait, what's online? What's up, Dark? Hope you're having a good day so far. Here's some money for whatever you need it for. My good friend, as always, love the content. Keep it up. Yo, absolute W, 20 bomb. The orange dono from Lockdown. I appreciate it, Goat. Thank you so much, man. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content. I hope that some of y'all, if y'all do like Hunter x Hunter, are interested, because I'm probably going to be getting into more. I said this earlier in stream before more people join. Probably just going to be getting into more Hunter x Hunter content this next month. I'm still going to do at least one Demon Slayer video, but yeah, I'm just it's not that I don't have anything else to do on Demon Slayer. Well, it kind of is that, actually. It's like, I don't know how much more I have to say about Demon Slayer scaling that I haven't already said, besides like a Hashira ranking, or like, obviously there's matchups I haven't covered. Like, a big one I'm probably going to do in the next few months is Rengoku versus Mitsuri, which I planned to do this month, and I wrote like a whole script and everything, but there are some things I got wrong, so I had to like scrap it, and I need to like rewrite the script. So it, bruh, I'm getting into a whole other side tangent, but basically, I kind of just need a break in general from Demon Slayer content, and you know, I'm just liking Hunter x Hunter a lot now that I've read it, and it's a series I want to cover more. And I have a video, a Killua video coming up probably maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, in the next few days. And I think it's pretty in depth. If you're a fan of versus battles, it's a Killua versus. If you're a fan of Killua, I'll say it's me and someone else on the video. We go into pretty good depth about Godspeed and how it interacts with characters. I think it's pretty interesting. Yo, Tark, remember when those 100 babies beat you in a fight? Yeah, that joke is never dying. Bro, how do you even remember that? That was like 6 months ago. That's crazy. That is crazy. No, I would body 100 babies, bro. I'm body slam, suplexing, punting, any means necessary. I might bust out the nunchucks, bro. Dark and Lilos collab? Maybe so, maybe so. Dark, for April Fools, you should post the Hashira ranking, but only rank the dead retired Hashira like Kanemichi. Bro, that would be so funny. If I was like, oh, Demon Slayer Hashira ranking, and it's literally just all the old Hashira. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. I did think about doing a troll Hashira ranking for April Fools before, and like just doing it based on like, oh, how big is their weapon? Damn, that almost sounded crazy. Or like, who's the tallest, or who weighs the most, or something like that. But I figured like it would probably make more people mad than it being a funny joke. Muzan from versus Aya from Green Lantern, the animated series. I don't know shit about DC, dude. I know nothing. Like I know squat. Yo, what's up, Goji? Tengen is first? Alright, we're dragging it. Switch is about a nut. On sight, if you say anything about Tengen. Bro, Seb answers so quick. Seb, you ain't Giyu, yes. The problem with Dark is he's fast and lethal, but I feel his durability is pretty bad because he is small and pretty skinny because he doesn't really eat much. Bro, what is this? It's like fanfic. You could be a writer. In fact, chat, fun fact, I'm actually a writer. I'm an author. Not tracking anything, my Goat Tengen is first. I will say, he is #1 in the Hashira race, for whatever that's worth. But keep in mind, you know, Kano, with her travel speed, outspeeds Giyu with his travel speed. You know? We have random swordsmen outspeeding the Hashira in combat to protect them from Muzan. There's like a bunch of just inconsistent, weird stuff with travel speed in Demon Slayer. It's just generally a lot higher than their combat speed. That's because Kano over Giyu lock in. Be serious. Blah blah blah. All I'm hearing is Tengen is first. That is objectively true. He was ranked first. The animated series of Green Lantern is easier for you to scale than comics, and that's the thing that's daunting to me about getting into like DC or Marvel is like I feel like there would be a whole bunch of connected canons. I don't know if they're all like separate or if some go hand in hand. It seems like an intimidating thing to get into. Dark Full Power series can take down 44 middle schoolers if he locks in. What an unhinged thing to say. I think, no cap, I probably could, honestly. How big are middle schoolers, though? I don't even want to, like, get into that conversation. That's just kind of weird. We're just going to move on. What's your thoughts on Yuta versus Kokushibo? I mean, does Yuta have a Nichiren sword? Actually, I don't even know why I'm thinking about that. I think Tanjiro beats him. So if Tanjiro beats him, then I definitely have Kokushibo just melting him. Just like blitzing him repeatedly, over and over and over. Alright, well, I gotta edit my Predator video, so have fun. Yo, W. What's it on, Goji? I don't know if you're still in chat. What's it on? Is it on the new movie? In this animated series is universal level with reality warping to stop the bang. The Big Bang? That's insane. Let me look up this character. Green Lantern. Aya. I've never even seen this chick. She looks like that robot from, what was that Cartoon Network show? Network Robot Girl. She was like a blue robot girl. My Life as a Teenage Robot. I don't know why that reminded me of that. You think Tanjiro beats Giyu? That's astounding. Yeah, I think 13th form Tanjiro beats him. I think See Through World Tanjiro probably beats Giyu as well. How many mental imps does Kanae need to give Shinobu before she can push base, suppress Mitsuri to a low diff? Huh. I don't know. I think one mental amp would be more than enough for her to get low diffed, not get immediately blitzed. I'll send you the mooncalc for Debur on Lilo's server. Okay, W. Hal Jordan scaling put the verse in massively faster than light. That's the OG Green Lantern, right? Hal? Wholly overrated 13th form. Bro, it's just not implied that 13th form is weaker than Mark Tanjiro or See Through World Tanjiro. I'm sorry. 13th form is overrated. Bro's a Gyoko victim? Is it because of all the Kamaboko stuff? Honestly, you know, I'm not really against that take. You know? I'm not fully against like 13th form Tanjiro maybe potentially being weaker, actually, now that I really like think about it. Y'all might actually be cooking. No, it's genuinely just a skill increase. Isn't there some sort of statement that implies he's faster? Oh, yeah, he gets rid of the wasted movements. He is faster. But then he's also like poison and fatigue, so it's like, is that poison and fatigue making up a bigger difference than his speed increase? Also, Dark, why does your streams always say starting soon? They don't. What are you talking about? Yes, Kamboku can actually get crazy downscale to downscale everyone. It's not even funny, but the 13th form we see is technique, speed, Infinity Castle Arc Tanjiro plus being on verge of death. RC the World's helpful to say Tanjiro is easily the strongest version of Tanjiro we see by a long shot. 13th form is only faster and more skilled. Only faster and more skilled is not something minor, though. Wasted movement is an increase in raw speed. Well, if he gets rid of wasted movements in the attacks, yes, it would be a faster attack. Is it an increase in agility? What is the exact definition of agility? Ability to move quickly and easily? Why doesn't Dark watch romance animes? I'm just not really into them. Speed is speed? Well, if he gets rid of wasted movements in his techniques, the techniques would be faster. I don't see how that logic isn't extremely rudimentary to understand. What are your thoughts on Genya outpacing Zohakuten's attack against Mitsuri? In my opinion, it can't be used for much. Zohakuten is a ranged fighter. I just think Zohakuten's main body isn't very fast. I think he's just a durability merchant. It's his tree dragons that are fast. Like, we see the tree dragons can blitz, albeit it is a weakened Tanjiro. The tree dragons just blitz Tanjiro. Then it's kind of implied he gets even faster with like the countless striking trees, Blood Demon art. So it's really just like the trees that are like the dragon heads or whatever that are the main. Dark's top 3 are Demon Slayer, JJK, and Overflow. I don't know what Overflow is, but JJK is not even... Bro, I don't even think JJK is in my top 7 manga. Genuinely. Genya is very weak. Yes, that is true. Dark needs to watch IRL soccer. I've been tempted to before, because I got IRLs that are like into it, but they're kind of not as into it as much anymore. They're more into golf, and I do like sports. Particularly, I'm really, really big into NFL. Are you watching the World Cup? At least it's this year. Yeah, I probably will. Some of my homies have like a little thing for it. I'll probably go over there and watch it with them. Dark, what's your opinion on some recent scales that at the beginning of Hashira training arcs you need to faster than Swordsmith Village arc Tanjiro, since Tanjiro talking about using thunder breathing wasn't as fast as you need to? Well, first off, it's it's only talking about Tanjiro's directly referencing the speed at which he travels to close the distance on his opponent, like the speed at which he amps his legs, not the speed at which he moves his arms. Like the speed at which you move your arms is very different than you just boosting forward. And even then, it's a nerfed Tanjiro, so it's like, what does that even really mean? The statement also is just like, even if you do say Tanjiro's not nerfed, which he is, it's like, okay, Tanjiro's already stronger in base than his previous marked form, and he's now marked again. Are we going to say Tanjiro with 2 mark level increases isn't faster than Zenitsu? It's just like, that doesn't really make sense. So you just use some common, like, deduction, and you'll be like, okay, it doesn't make sense. It has to be talking about just the raw travel increase. I think Demon Slayer speed is severely overrated, but still somewhat sub-rally. Mystery lightning fee is inconsistent because of Octan's lighting. I don't think it's inconsistent at all. I feel like most people would say like sub-rally for like high tiers is fine. Is it weird travel speed does help in combat? I mean, it can help. It's just like, if you can't move your arms at the same speed that you travel with your legs, it doesn't really matter. Like, travel speed in Demon Slayer is just weird. It's just really weird. Like, the weirdest thing to me is all the fucking fodder swordsmen outspeeding Muzan with their travel speed. Like, that is just so weird to me. So, like, their travel speed clearly doesn't scale relative to their combat speed, but it is weird. It's just like, if you can't attack that fast, it doesn't really matter. I say everyone is massively hypersonic plus, aside from Richu, sub-rally, really with severe glaze. See, I think even Kokushibo could probably comfortably be in that range. I personally think they could have been invisible due to your Yushiro. I mean, even if they are, I mean, that doesn't change the fact that they objectively ran in front of Muzan's attack, you know? No matter how close they are. It's like fodder slayers, you know? Like, these are like lower mood level slayers, probably. Demon Slayer Mar gives 10 increase of power and speed. I ran that translation the other day, and it seemed to be not implying it was a raw, like, what's the fucking, like a raw magnitude increase. Whenever I ran it and I asked for nuance, it told me that it was more so trying to compare it to a massive increase like that. feel like if Dark was a soccer player, he'd be a right back that runs up and attacks too. Joke's on you, buddy. I am a soccer player. I guess the Hashira training really did make a difference for the weaker members of the core. It's that, and I guess, like, just for whatever reason at Demon Slayer, your travel speed can just be crazy. Is it common knowledge that Koku is more durable than Muzan? It took multiple hits from a Red Blade Markio made Sonny beat him while Muzan got diced by base overnight. I mean, I think it's common knowledge at this point, but honestly, bro, like, you could ask any question that seems extremely obvious to the Demon Slayer community, and you will get a extremely vast and wide array of answers. There's pretty much nothing anyone agrees on in Demon Slayer, no matter how objectively true or, like, close. It could be 99% truth, and someone's gonna disagree. Like, there's still people out there that genuinely say, like, oh, the only Hashira that could beat Gyutaro is Gyome. And, like, that's just not true. That's just not true. Dark, why do you think it is that Tanjiro got stronger when fighting Gyutaro instead of Daki? Well, I mean, he does get stronger against Daki, but it's just a different type of stronger. When he gets stronger against Daki, it's like a mental, like, life limit surpassing, like, amp. And then when he gets stronger against Gyutaro, it's more so, and Hantengu says this in the next fight, that Tanjiro just has the ability to grow in his fights. He shows... I can't remember the quote exactly. It's like, this kid shows explosive growth at critical moments. So I think Tanjiro just has the ability to get stronger during fights. Obviously, he's not getting like a blitz level faster or stronger in fights, but for whatever reason, Tanjiro's just able to do that, you know? It's honestly strange to me how people say Muzan was dumb for killing the lower moons when they'd be literal fodder in the castle. Yeah, like, okay, a lot of people say Muzan does a lot of dumb shit, and I'm not going to say he doesn't do dumb things sometimes, or maybe questionable things, but I think you could justify a lot of the things that people say are dumb. Also, making a video on Demon Slayer delayed causalities and why it isn't a blitz. Interesting. So Tengen didn't blitz Daki. I think the Demon Slayer community was cooked agreeing on stuff wise when the hierarchy is valid arguments to just not be valid. What does that mean? I don't really know what you mean, Seb. Well, until the day I see someone claim Gyome isn't the strongest Hashira, I still have a shred of faith. Bro, I got no faith. Like, compared to Naruto, the takes in Demon Slayer are just... It's so egregious. Stuff like Gyutaro over Gyoko. Oh, okay, yeah. No, like, I get why people could get that impression. But, like, once you look into it, it's like, okay. It just makes sense. Switch, you said he was just talking about the mark. I think, what Generic was talking about, there's a narrator statement later in the Gyutaro fight that's like, it says like the Demon Slayers have adapted to Gyutaro and like Daki, and that's how they're like able to keep up. I think that's what he was referencing. But I know in that moment, Hantengu was probably talking about the mark. I'm just saying that might be an explanation of why he's just able to get stronger. Yeah, but then Akaza gets a delayed causality down on him by Tanjiro. He clearly sees it and dodges it, but is likely grazed due to saying he swear he dodged it. Are you talking about the solar heat haze? Is there any debunks for Tengen not blitzing Daki when she was on Gyutaro's shoulders? Didn't he blitz Daki? I swear when they're fighting, like her head gets cut off again in the initial sequence. But if you're just saying like when she's just directly on top of him, like just going for a strike on Daki when she's just less threatening than Gyutaro, I think would just put Tengen at a disadvantageous position. If you're saying like why didn't he just do that every single time? Speaking of Gyutaro over Gyoko, Upper Moon 5 is so slow. The kid in Old Swordsmith consciously perceived his needle shot, and the farmers reacted to his fish attacks. I mean, the fish are like fodder or whatever. But, I mean, he's just stated to be holding back against base Muichiro. Yo, TG, Darkle the type of dude to say lukewarm unironically. Bro, look at this tepid dude just busted into chat thinking he's all that. Bro gets one Blue Lock collab with me and then all of a sudden he's the man around town. Hey, W to my mans though. Hey, y'all go check out his Naruto versus Sasuke post nerfs video. It's blowing up right now. Go show him some love. That's my goat, bro. That's actually my daddy. Like, if he was sockless in front of me... Let me chill out, actually. Yeah, get this Reen wannabe out of here. Pretty lukewarm take, not gonna lie. Yeah, no, that shit was meager. Rengoku versus Mark Demuitro at the Swordsmith Village. I think Mark Demuitro probably loses. I don't think it's like a stomp or anything, though. I think Mark Demuitro in the castle is a closer fight to Rengoku than Swordsmith Village. The girl who cried Blitz. Amnesia Muichiro versus Bei Shinobu. Bei Shinobu should take that. Just based on narrative scaling. I have a Blue Lock debate for you. Who's a better defender as of right now in the current story, Nico or are you? I can't answer that. I'm not really up to date on the defender feats. Not gonna lie. Same with Kano as he bends backwards under Doma's fan strike, but her wound appears a second later. It's clear she saw it. Let me see. I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about when he cuts like her eye? Yes, that one, Dark. Let me look at it. I don't, that That's not a delayed causality. We just don't see the blood until we see a close-up panel of her. That's not a delayed causality. Why is Amnesia Muitro so fodder? I mean, I don't think he's fodder. He's stronger than Base Swordsmith Village Arctandro, who's stronger than his marked form in the fucking Gyutaro fight. I wouldn't say that's fodder. But for a pre-Hashira training base Hashira, the fact that Basement Suri was suppressed while fighting Zoakutin isn't talked about enough. If she wasn't suppressed, she probably would have gotten his head. Honestly, probably, yeah. Who's stronger, base Shinobu or base Infinity Castle Arc Muichiro? We really have no way to scale base Infinity Castle Muichiro other than just like vibes. I'd probably say Muichiro. It looked like one, especially since it spurts the next panel. Well, that's because we don't see her face until that panel. Look, I'll bring it up for chat. This is not a delayed causality. For now, I'll crush her eyes. Hasn't made contact yet. Zoomed out of the fight. Actually, is she bleeding there? This looks like a... this could be her hair. But she might be bleeding here, but regardless, it's like the next time we see a close-up of her face, she's cut. That's just not indicative of a delayed causality to me. Or not consistent with any other delayed causalities, honestly. It's just, we see the damage whenever we see her. I'm just thinking of ways you could possibly upscale Shinobu. Shinobu Blitz Doma, who's stronger than marked Giyu and Akaza. And Doma is stronger than both of them. Shinobu Blitz them. Mark Giyu's relative to Mark Sanemi, who works in tandem with Mark Gyomei. So Shinobu should be in the speed range of Mark Gyomei. Obviously. Where you get those panels, big bro? I have the whole manga downloaded. That kind of did look like blood to me. Even if it's not, it's a zoomed out panel. And the next time we see her, there's blood on her face. What about Akaza and Tanjiro? Okay, so let me pull that one up. I think that's volume 17. Oh, Dark, that Tanjiro versus Yuta video was amazing, my man. I appreciate it, Jason. My absolute goat. I made it for you, Oni-chan. Let's see here. Let's see. My bad. I just got a second monitor, so I'm still getting used to kind of the setup of using both. Okay, this one has a better case of potentially being delayed causality. I still think it kind of just falls under the same category, though. Where we don't... Okay, this could... I'm not going to say this is wrong to be a delayed causality. because we don't actually see the blade chip him here or get past him all the way until here. It could have just been a thin cut because it is an extremely sharp blade, and then the cut ruptured once he backed up. Now, even if it is, this is just you would just say this is a delayed causality because it's unpredictable, which we haven't seen in the series, I don't think. But I think you could still just argue that we don't see the cut yet, and it could have just been a thin cut that immediately opened up into a huge wound. You know, like when you're working with, say you got a paper cut, but it's from a sword. You know what I mean? It's a thin cut, and then the blood rushes out, you know? This is definitely a better example, though. I would say if this is a delayed causality, then it just means attacks that are unpredictable can also cause delayed causalities. But the thing is, that doesn't really have... Because I know that your whole thing here is in reference to Shinobu, that the whole thing with Shinobu, there's nothing unpredictable about the attacks going on there, right? So, that's just my 2 cents on it. Hey, appreciate anything for you, Daddy. What do you think of Michikatsu versus Akaza? I think Michi takes it because if Giyu is relative to Sanemi and Giyu is relative to 85%. How'd you get 85% Akaza? Where did that math come from? And Sanemi is too, which means suppressed Koku overwhelmed him when he went over Akaza. Well, I don't think Sanemi and Giyu are relative base to base, but I don't think Michikatsu takes it. I would probably say Akaza. So, Dark, what was the deal with VIP members? What made you think about creating a category for certain people? If that's like the chat rank thing, that's like something I did on OBS, and then I never fixed it after. So it's just like whoever chatted last basically just gets ranked. I don't think, like, there's no actual meaning to it. Dark, do you think Longsword Koku projectiles scale relative to his attack speed? Like Longsword's attack speed or like his base attack speed? I don't really know. I'm trying to think of some examples. Either or. His longsword form is like, okay, I'll say this. His longsword projectiles are drastically faster than his base projectiles. Like, massive difference. I don't really know about his longsword sword swings. I think the best interpretation for delayed causalities is not really something different in universe, but how the author can dramatize things and diverge expectations. Yeah, and my thing with it is it's usually used when a blitz happens. So for me, more times than not, if it is if it would make sense for a character to blitz one or the other, I think it's fair to say if there is a delayed causality based on the context of the scene, you could say it is a blitz. I mean, if you think Gyome wins, you think Michikatsu wins because Koku said, Gyome, I haven't seen someone like you in the past 300 years. Is any number under 400 and we know he lived 400? Go watch my Kokushibo versus every Hashira video and I'll tell you why I just don't think Michikatsu's that crazy. It's at the end of the video. Do you still think Japan is going to win this match? No. No, I don't think they're going to win. Okay, so whenever in previous streams I said I thought Japan was going to win, that's before I understood how the formatting of the tournament worked. I thought Japan had to win or else they were eliminated. I didn't realize they could actually lose a game and still, like, advance. So I think they're probably going to lose and then beat their next opponent. Dark, would you be cool with people saying that Missouri is stronger than Gyu with equal amps? Yeah, I think that's fine. Chad, how are we feeling about the scale now? Before I say it, stay with me. Daki over Entertainment District Arc Tanjiro relative to Infinity Castle Arc Tanjiro. Or wait, relative to Infinity Castle Arc Inosuke relative to Entertainment District. Why is Infinity Castle Inosuke relative to Entertainment District Arc Inosuke? That's just a complete assumption. And why is Entertainment District Inosuke relative to Base Openai? That's another assumption. Bro. Sev, you're so goofy, bro. Dark, are there any videos that you made a while back that you disagree with? The Rengoku versus Tengen one. But like, if I watch all my videos, there's stuff I disagree with in pretty much all my videos. Whether it's minor or not, usually it's minor, but like, that's just the nature of it. I don't know every single scene in the manga, or like if I'm not aware of a certain statement or a certain scene or a certain set of events that happen, obviously my take is going to change over time, right? And that's how you grow and you know, try to find out a better way of scaling the series. So naturally, I think that's good that I do find things wrong in my old videos or things I disagree with. But unless it's just massively like a massive disagreement that I have with it, I usually won't take the video down. Honestly, why isn't he relative? Y'all made the claim. Prove it. Bro went through the Hashira training. Prove he's relative. Dark, you gotta do a stream watching your old videos? Bro, I don't know if I can take that. I hate watching my videos, bro. I have to sit there and listen to my ass. Like, I have to go chop down all the audio and listen to my own voice over and over and over. Then, by the time I'm done with the video, I have to rewatch it. And then, like, after that, I watch it again when I initially release it. So I end up watching my own videos so many times over before it's even released. I'm just so sick of watching them and hearing my voice. I remember watching your Tanjiro video from 2 years ago, and you ended up saying 13th form Tanjiro was around Kokushibo tier. At that time, I believe I was under the impression that Muzan blitzed the Hashira. I think that's why I said that. But I don't know if that was my exact reasoning. I think it was probably something along those lines. Because, I mean, that was just a common belief back then, that Muzan blitzed all the Hashira. Like, I don't know anyone that ever figured out that it wasn't a blitz until I started making content. That's exactly why it'd be peak. The hate in your voice as you watch that OpenEye versus Gyoko video. I think I took that down. Let me see. Is that video on my channel still? I think I took it down because there was shit in there I said about Muzan's durability. Ironically, we were talking about Muzan's durability. And I think I use some OpenEye scaling with like Muzan's durability that I just don't agree with at all anymore. But yes, I still stand by the take though that OpenEye does beat Gyoko, even at base. Yeah, I took that OpenEye versus Gyoko down. The only video that's like old and really ass on my channel is probably What If Sonomy Went to the Mugen Train. I don't even know what I say in that video, but it's probably wrong. And Guillaume versus Akaza in 2023. Like, those are probably videos. I haven't watched them in so long, but they're probably just filled with just stuff I don't agree with anymore. But since they're like my OG videos, I want to keep them up just for like nostalgia purposes, you know? I don't know, Dark Base OpenEye might be a Daki victim. I think Base OpenEye is probably closer to Base Akaza, if anything. OpenEye slams Gyoko, no questions asked, yeah. Huntrix would think one of the fodder demons in final selection is Muzan. I don't know who Huntrix is. Dark, you are not slick. I can see the girl in the front half. A middle finger on right hand, that's AI? Wait, does she really? Oh, her hand is fucked up. Bro, no, look, this is from the manga, bro. It's a manga scan. It actually happened, bro. It's not AI, bro. It's not AI, bro. It's the manga. Are you team OpenEye or Giyu, Dark? OpenEye, mark to mark, probably takes it like 7 or 8 out of 10 times to me. Maybe more. And See-Through World, I don't think Giyu can win, ever. If you want to experience some real pain, Dark, scroll through Reddit/Demon Slayer scales for an hour. I'm pretty sure someone... I have like a small server of people that I met from a game. And someone in there linked it. And they're like, yo, is this you, Dark? And I was like, bro, how did you find this from that Reddit? Because they were like talking about me on that Reddit or something. And they're like, I was looking to... This is when the movie came out. And they're like, I was looking for the movie. And I was like, why the fuck would they be looking on a Demon Slayer scales Reddit? But... it seemed like the people there had a positive opinion of me, but if I'm being honest, bro, honestly, I would just expect Reddit Demon Slayer to be a lot of what I see in my YouTube polls. Just a lot of just kind of vibe scaling. You know what I mean? OpenEye ain't got no feats. We've been over this already. Bro, he attacks on par with Mark EU. Unless you just say that Mark EU is like weaker than his base, which like I think is rat, but like come on now, he's probably not weaker than his base form. If anything, that's kind of just like a bad thing for Giyu, that he doesn't have good endurance. If you do say that, yeah, I mean, OpenEye's just strong, bro. I know people hate it because like they call him a simp and shit, but like it kind of just is what it is. I don't like it either. I'm just the messenger, okay? Don't attack me. No, bro, that's just them coordinating an attack that doesn't take stats. Prove that. Tengen versus high div base amnesia Muichiro. Oh, you're saying high div space amnesia Muichiro. I would probably be a little bit more in Tengen's favor. I think it's closer than people think. Like, I think a lot of people think Tengen, like, no diffs him. But I think base amnesia Muichiro could get him a fight. Base OpenEye and Mark Guillaume aren't relative? Obviously. I don't think anyone thinks base OpenEye and Mark Guillaume are relative. Yeah, but they are shown coordinating to save Giyu. It's the same thing here? No. They both just see the tentacle coming after Giyu and they both go to save him. You can't prove at all there's any coordination. That's complete headcanon. Obanai and Giyu are on opposite sides of Muzan while the castle is falling apart. Switch. Come on now, bro. Be serious. I sent you the planet level Dabura calc. Okay, word. Coordination is not relativity. It depends on the context. Recently got into, I can't pronounce it, but I know it's like that horse game. I was thinking about playing that new gacha. Damn, what is it called? Arknights Enfield? Because I like gacha games, unironically. I mean, it would at least need reaction speed for coordination. I think it's just not right to say coordination scales or doesn't scale. I think you would just have to look at it at a case-by-case scenario. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just blanket statement, it has to be black or white, oh, it does scale or it doesn't scale. I think it's just better to look at, okay, case by case, analyze the scene. You know what I mean? Arknights in general is a 6 to 7 out of 10 better than most. The new one or the old Arknights? You mean the same like you and Obanai saw Muzan and they attacked? Yeah, but they're shown moving at the exact same pace and then attacking at the same time. It's different. We don't know where Mark, Gyome, and Base Obanai were. Like, it's literally, we see the tentacle. Next thing we know, Obanai's there and Gyome's chain is there. The difference is Base Obanai and Mark Giyu are both moving towards Muzan. Then they're shown attacking. Just reread both scenes, Switch, and you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm looking for more delayed causalities. If I had to guess, there might low-key be some early on with Tanjiro. Maybe early on in the series. Is there a delayed causality on Hand Demon? No chat, trust Seek the World Muichiro over Mark Gyome. Relative to Base Obanai. Relative to Mark Giyu. Why is Muichiro there and above Gyome? I don't know, bro. Go reread the manga. He's top 1. That is true. He is top 1. It's actually so crazy how much of an amp he got from See Through World and reaction speed. Hunter x Hunter versus Demon Slayer cross versus win. Travel speed doesn't matter, despite the fact Muichiro, Tengen, and Z need to use them for like half their attacks or more. Prince X made something on Waisanami and Giyu is more closer than you think. It was gold. I don't know who that is. Flashing lights. Bro, I got graduation stuck in my head so bad right now. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. He made graduation. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. That album is so good, bro. All these drunken hot girls. Damn, here we go again. Everything I am. Oh, wait, no. Everything I'm not may be everything I am. It's weird people sometimes call me a bisexual menace. Bro, I feel like that was something no one needed to know, but thanks for sharing. Dark, what school could you graduate from while being 50 years old? Well, I graduated when I was 52. I went to Cherry Lane High School. Dark is 384, and his excretory organ system failed, so he can pee and has to use a machine to generate his urine in a cup for urine exam. Bro, what is this? Bro, what is this? Alright, chat. I think that's about it for me. I think I just want to do a little bit of yap and all that stuff. Expect a Hunter x Hunter video probably in the next few days. It might come out tomorrow. Potentially. It's probably going to be about 16 or 17 minutes long. So I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all are looking forward to more Hunter x Hunter stuff. And also, I might make a community post on this. Drop some Demon Slayer video ideas that aren't extremely niche. Like that would engage a broad audience. You know what I mean? Like popular topics that maybe I haven't covered in a long time, or something that is like a trendy topic or something like that. Alright, y'all. I'm getting out of here. W, thanks for stopping by. Alright, now that stream's done. Baby oil. Let's see. Grab the toys. Okay, that should be everything I need.